Suis-moi.
Follow me.
Suis-moi,
Follow
dit
me,
Jésus
Jesus
à
said to
Pierre
Peter,
et par
and
analogie
also to other disciples, and by extension to each of us. Following Jesus is what we want. It's what we wholeheartedly desire. But what does it mean to follow Jesus? What does my walk in Jesus' footsteps consist of? Logically, to follow someone, I must first let them go ahead of me. They must precede me, get ahead of me, so that I can follow them. Following Jesus, therefore, means first and foremost accepting to let them go ahead of me, accepting that it is He who guides myself and not myself. I cannot follow the voice of Jesus and follow my own voice at the same time. By trying to follow two voices, I divide my heart in two, and my faith will therefore always be divided between joy and discouragement, between hope and despair, between fervor and lukewarmness, and so on. Following Jesus then is first and foremost making a clear and unequivocal choice in my life. It's Him or it's me. If anyone wants to follow me, let him deny himself, says Jesus. So once I have accepted to let Jesus go before me, once I have accepted that He is the one to guide my life, I must then make Jesus my first reference, my first consultant, my first advisor, so that all my thoughts, all my words are first scanned in His light to purify them, to cleanse them before being expressed. Before I speak a word, I must first consult the Lord. If Jesus is not my first consultant, if Jesus is not my first advisor, all my thoughts and words will always be tainted by the imperfections of my human nature and will then lead to actions bearing the mark of the impurities of human nature. Following Jesus, therefore, means consulting Him at every moment of my life, before giving form to a thought, before speaking a word, before taking any action. And once I have let Jesus go before me, once I have made Jesus my first advisor, then my walk in the footsteps of Jesus must translate concretely into a positive transformation in my life, in my behavior, in my way of being, in my way of acting, and so on. If I say that I am Jesus and nothing changes in my life, if throughout my Christian life I cannot manage to change even a single bad behavior, whether it be my anger or my pride, my selfishness, my impatience, my malice, and so on, it is perhaps because I was following a path without Jesus, or maybe I lost Him along the way. And finally, brothers and sisters, following Jesus is also about showing mercy to myself and showing perseverance, showing mercy to myself. That is to say, in my walk following Jesus, because of my human frailty, it will be called upon to fall often, so I must also be able to forgive myself and show perseverance, so that after each fall, after each time I stumble, I get up, and without being discouraged, I continue on the path following Jesus. So, brothers and sisters, following Jesus is the most beautiful adventure in our life. But it requires a strong and courageous decision. Because being a Christian, brothers and sisters, is not trivial. It's not just a label. To be a Christian is to resolutely decide to follow Jesus and to be transformed by it in order to transform others. To be a Christian is to be transformed and to transform. So let us ask in this Eucharist, Let us ask that the Lord grant us the grace to follow him to the end, with the assurance that Jesus gives us himself. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Amen.